English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. President Joe Biden's administration is receiving backlash online over its Pride Month display at the White House on Sunday, as many Twitter users are saying it violates the U.S. flag code. 2. President Biden will miss out on a college athlete day appearance due to a multi-day root canal procedure, the White House announced Monday. 3. According to a recent poll, almost half of the country supports the federal indictment of Trump, but they also think that politics played a role in the decision.
4. Trump was indicted on 37 federal counts out of special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into classified records. 5. The war in Ukraine will be a main focus of Sunak's meeting at the White House with President Joe Biden. 6. After spending 40 days in the Amazon, the children involved in the Columbia plane crash have finally been reunited with their families.
7. Rescuers are searching for 3 British tourists who are missing after a fire erupted Sunday on the boat they were traveling on in the Egyptian Red Sea. 8. The tourist boat was carrying 27 people, including 15 English tourists, off the coast of the city of Marsa Alam. 9. Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, is warning that the West cannot stop his country from obtaining nuclear weapons.
10. A recent report by the United Nations has discovered that nearly 9 out of 10 people hold deep-seated biases against women. 11. I don't identify as a celebrity at all, by the way, Carlson Romano said. I think public person probably makes more sense, or now content creator. 12. We got to stand up to the radical left Democrats, their lawless partisan prosecutors. Every time I fly over a blue state, I get a subpoena. English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. You know, we all move forward when we move together with your joy, with your pride lighting the way, the President continued. So today, let us proudly remember who we are, the United States of America. 2. Trans activists filmed themselves flaunting their breasts in front of the White House during President Biden's Pride Month celebration this weekend, causing an uproar on social media. 3. Trump expresses concern about the decline of the country, the state of cities, and the need to support law enforcement. He criticizes Joe Biden and expresses his determination to prevent World War III.
4. Authorities have given an all-clear after investigating a suspicious package near the Miami courthouse where former President Donald Trump is due to appear later this afternoon. 5. Special Counsel Jack Smith, the lead investigator, says he wants a speedy trial and that Trump is innocent until proven guilty. 6. The former president is in the courtroom for his historic arraignment. He is expected to enter a not guilty plea to 37 federal charges related to mishandling classified documents.
7. Inflation cools again as CPI data shows grocery prices fell, food cost eased. Live updates. Other costs, especially rent, are still climbing. 8. Americans struggling with a 2-year inflation run-up continue to get some relief from two of the biggest drivers, at the gas pump and in grocery stores. 9. Inflation slowed for an 11th straight month in May as grocery price increases eased again and gas more than reversed the previous month's rise.
10. There have been protests in the United States because Russian individuals are taking Ukrainian children to Russia without permission. 11. Silvio Berlusconi, the Italian former PM who overcame various scandals to hold office 4 times, has died at 86. 12. The actor, who is non-binary and uses they/them pronouns, walked the red carpet at the Hollywood premiere of the movie The Flash. English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. Are there tapes that you accepted bribes, President Biden? Is that true? President Biden appeared to laugh off a question from a reporter Tuesday.
2. Former President Donald Trump delivers remarks following his arraignment. You're surprised to hear that, aren't you? Trump brings up Bill Clinton Indiana post-arraignment speech.
3. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton on Tuesday hit out at Republicans for their defense of former President Donald Trump. 4. Diversity programs in universities are being cut across the country. What does this mean for higher education?
5. Ukraine's counteroffensive has resulted in further advances and some extremely fierce battles, a minister in Kyiv says. 6. And the Kremlin says it's concerned after unconfirmed reports of an injury for a senior Chechen commander who had a prominent role during the invasion.
7. One speaker at the seminar called China's collusion with Russia an electric shock for the West.
8. Senator Barrasso has raised a serious issue about Secretary Granholm's behavior. He says that she has repeatedly ignored important financial rules and ethical standards, which has made the public lose trust in her and the Department of Energy. It is a concerning situation that needs to be addressed. 9. Van Jones said, Trump is not running to save America, he's running to save himself, and if that means tearing down the judicial system and special counsel, he'll do it. 10. Trump said, today we witnessed the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country. Very sad thing to watch, a corrupt sitting president had his top political opponent arrested on fake and fabricated charges of which he and numerous other presidents would be guilty, right in the middle of a presidential election in which he's losing very badly. 11. The Federal Open Market Committee has decided to keep the target range unchanged in their recent meeting. They explained that by maintaining this range, they will be able to gather more information and understand how it will affect their decisions regarding monetary policy.
English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. If you look and listen really hard, you can detect an ever so slight difference in how the media treated the Democrat-invented Russia collusion hoax every day for years and how they're treating revelation that FBI hid news of existence of 17 tapes involving Biden family, Hemingway wrote. 2. Why did the Ukraine FBI informant file refer to you as the big guy, President Biden? Why is that term continuously applied? Nelson asked. Biden responded. Why do you ask such a dumb question? 3. With a recent poll indicating that 1 in 4 voters prefer an unnamed, unannounced potential candidate to either of the frontrunners, President Biden and former President Donald Trump, a year and a half ahead of Election Day 2024. 4. Many politicians in Washington haven't fully grasped how unhappy the public is with their options and how strongly they desire something better, said Clancy.
5. Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana strongly criticized a proposed rule by the Department of Energy regarding dishwashers. He urged them to abandon this idea, stating that it was nonsensical and should not be pursued. 6. Aid workers and diplomats have packed up and left North Korea. Guards are under order to shoot anyone even approaching the border. The world's most isolated country has become an information black hole. 7. It's all well and good to say you've heard about people starving to death, but when you actually know people in your immediate vicinity who are starving, this implies the food situation is very serious. 8. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg and U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin held a press conference together in Belgium. They spoke about important matters and shared information with the media. 9. Meg Ryan had just come out of her shell. I had just come out of my shell. We started dating. And we decided to do things on our own instead of having people do stuff for us. We were so FING lost. We didn't know how to do anything.
English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. More than a dozen Republican senators are demanding President Biden finally give an answer for why he allowed a Chinese spy balloon to float across the continental U.S. earlier this year. 2. The Chinese spy balloon was carrying surveillance equipment as it drifted across the continental United States. The Senate said in a new letter that Biden has yet to give a public accounting of the flagrant violation of U.S. sovereignty. 3. In the letter, the senators expressed their frustration with Biden, his alleged failure to confront China's continued threats to America's security, and are demanding his administration's assessment of the spy balloon.
4. While 4 months have passed since a Chinese surveillance balloon was allowed to fly across the United States, your administration has yet to provide the American people a full accounting of how this spy platform was allowed to traverse across sovereign U.S. territory, what the balloon carried, and what it collected during its mission, the lawmakers said. 5. They continued, your administration has also not taken appropriate steps to hold the PRC accountable for this flagrant violation of U.S. sovereignty. As such, we urge you to immediately direct all relevant administration officials to release information, as appropriate, to the American public regarding the Chinese spy balloon. 6. The Biden White House is taking flack from across the Republican presidential field over its controversial Pride event last weekend that included topless trans activists appearing in videos taken at the event. 7. On Tuesday, the Biden administration acknowledged that the behavior of the activists was over the line, but that hasn't stymied the flow of criticism aimed at President Biden and the pro-trans policies being pushed by him and his fellow Democrats. 8. I'm livid and incensed by this White House, not only for the kids present at this event, but the message this sends to children across the country, Senate Tim Scott. Biden's disregard for common sense and protocol is deeply troubling. This obscenity is never acceptable, let alone at the White House that belongs to the people. 9. Elemental is a captivating love story that beautifully combines the power of fire and water, leaving you feeling enchanted and touched by its tender moments. 10. She met John and she liked him. She also liked the role of Sandy, but she was really cautious, Thurm said. By this time she's a huge worldwide star and busy on tour. But we all thought she was perfect, that she was Sandy. So, she said, all right, well, in that case, I'd like a screen test. That is the first and only time I've ever heard of an actor or actress asking for a screen test.